Ever truly alone? Ancient humans, never. Not to sleep, not to cry, not to love, not even to think. That was normal life. For 300,000 years, no doors, no locks, no walls at all, no curtains, no corners. Everyone saw everything. Let's go back. Way back, bands of 20 to 50 people, one fire, one space, one shared shelter, bodies pressed together, for warmth, for safety. Personal space? Unheard of. Alone meant danger. Alone meant exposed. Alone meant death. Predators hunted stragglers, so no one wandered off, so no one wanted privacy. Every sound was heard. Every sound was heard. Every whisper, every laugh, every sob. Even sex wasn't private. Even birth wasn't private. Even grief wasn't private. Even dying wasn't private. The whole tribe knew. There was no me time. There was only us, and that kept you alive. Then something shifted. Around 9,000 years ago, humans stopped wandering. They started building actual permanent homes. Italyuk, Turkey, one of the first cities, houses packed together, walls made of mud brick. For the first time, a person had 4 walls. But here's the twist. There were still no doors. None. Not a single one. You entered through the roof, climbed down a ladder, into your own home. Sounds strange, right? But it made sense. Shared roofs, shared walls. Neighbors heard everything. A cough, a cry, a secret. Privacy still didn't exist. It just had 4 walls now. Centuries passed. Villages grew into cities. Cities grew into empires. And empires needed secrets. Kings needed secrets. Merchants needed secrets. So someone invented something. The lock. Ancient Egypt, roughly 4,000 years ago. A wooden pin tumbler lock. Simple pegs. Simple wood. But revolutionary. For the first time, you could hide something and know it stayed hidden. That changed everything. Fast forward to Rome. Rome built actual bedrooms. They called it the cubiculum, a small room, just for sleep. Finally, a closed door, a place to be unseen. But don't get too excited. Servants still watched. Slaves still listened. Rich Romans had privacy. Almost no one else did. The Middle Ages? Worse. Entire families shared beds. Servants slept in the room. Guests slept in the room too. Alone barely existed as a word. Historians have a name for this. They call privacy an invention, not a human right. A relatively recent idea. It took the Renaissance. It took private bedrooms. It took the middle class. It took actual doors with locks. Even then, it was only for the rich. Regular people? Still crowded, still shared, still watched. Real privacy for most people is barely 150 to 200 years old. Out of 300,000 years of humans. That's less than 0%. What we call normal today, a locked door, a quiet room, would have seemed insane to almost every human who ever lived. So the next time you're alone, truly, fully alone, in your own room, with the door shut, think about how new that is. Newer than the wheel, newer than writing, newer than most religions. You're living something rare, something almost no one else ever had. If this changed how you see your bedroom, subscribe for more true stories history forgot to teach us. Because sometimes the most incredible luxury is simply being left alone.